Very good morning. A very good morning, Manipur. A very good morning, sir. So today we have one of the most interesting fixtures, one of the most important fixtures of Group 6 of the Hero 76th National Football Championship Santosh Trophy 2020 to 23. In the afternoon, we have Manipur taking on Punjab for the title, or rather for the race of the Group Ace. However, for right now, at the moment, we have a very special guest amongst us. One of the most eminent goalkeeping luminaries of India, formerly the goalkeeper of Mahindra United, Salgaonkar, Vasco, HAL, ITI, Shillong Lajong, and also he went on to later take the coaching responsibilities for Shillong Lajong and also become the head of the youth development at the same club. And he is currently deployed as the goalkeeping coach of the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Gumpe Rimesa, a very warm welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, Rohit, and good morning, everyone.
Hi, sir. As we all know that you share your footballing roots with the Northeast. At the same time, you have previously been a part of Shillong Lajong professionally for 3 years. So now that today Manipur is a part of such an important fixture, how do you believe, or rather, looking into the spectacle now, how do you believe has the ecosystem of the Northeast football changed over the last few years? How has it evolved?
Uh, as we all know that Northeast have been a hotbed of football development in the country. With when you talk about Manipur, Manipur itself have provided lots of players to the national team. And if you look at the current setup of Indian Super League, the maximum number of players comes from the state of Manipur. So itself speaks about the kind of football development happening in the state. Not only men's, you can see the national team, women's national team setup. Yeah, it's completely dominated by the Manipur girls. Football has been very big in Manipur. It was, I think, and still is one of the biggest football exponent in the country.
Well, I will totally concur with you. I've seen the crowds coming over. Moving back to that, like since you said that it's one of the biggest footballing hubs of the country, well, now that we know that the game is going to happen at two, and we know the kind of fan following that Northeast as well, Manipur has to offer. Now, you have embraced this. You have been a part of this yourself. You have faced this from the very front. How important do you think is the fan following, or rather the crowd support, going to be in terms of the match? Like, is it going to be pretty pivotal, or do you think that the presence of crowd in the stadium is going to roar their own teams up?
Definitely, the crowd backing is always important, and it helps the team to have that extra edge on the pitch. So I think with Manipur playing at home, definitely will have an extra advantage with fans backing them up and cheering them and pushing them to fight for the glory.
That's quite an interesting. So again, so this is a very interesting question. Now, if we actually look at the sides, the way they have played this tournament, they have been pretty attacking. Both the sides have scored lots of goals in this tournament. However, now that this is kind of a final between these two teams, and both the teams, so if Manipur draw, they qualify for the next round, or if Punjab manages to secure a win, they qualify for the next round. Now, given the fact that both are ultra attacking teams, when they come face to face with each other, do you believe that there will be a change in mindset of any of the teams, or is it going to be a normal contest where both the teams go for an ultra attacking game, or at least one of the teams tries to sit back, soak in the pressure, and then later attack according to the situation of the game?
Uh, we all know about the fighting quality of the Punjabis, right? And then they have been defensively very compact. So they have just let in one goal, single goal, that speaks about their compactness in the back line. So Manipur at the same time have been very strong up front with the veteran Subha Singham leading all the way. They've scored 16 goals, and then that speaks about their attacking prowess. So I think Gift Reich Hans men are all, they will go all gun blazing and then try to open up the Punjab defense and definitely take the advantage at home.
That's interesting. So one more thing, I believe you'll be the best man to answer this. So you have been protecting the citadels for your respective institutes and clubs for a long time now, being the goalkeeper. So how important do you believe are the goalkeeper going to be in this game? Because both sides are ultra aggressive and both sides have phenomenal goalkeepers under the woodwork. Do you believe the goalkeeper will be crucial in rallying the defenses, or do you believe this will be a total unit wherein the defense will be coming together with the goalkeeper to form an impregnable wall in front of the goal?
Of course, no, football is a team game, and everybody has to contribute. Just cannot depend on just one individual to be excellent on the field, and then depend on someone to win the game. So it's a team game, and it has to be played collectively. Everybody has to give their 100%. So, but of course, goalkeepers, you have seen in the Qatar World Cup, sometimes goalkeepers play very crucial role in making those crucial shapes to help the team as well. Definitely, goalkeeper can play a big role, but I believe it's a team game and everybody has to chip in collectively.
Right. So just to give you all a heads up, basically both the teams will be coming to this fixture on a 5 goal victory. Manipur won their last game by 5 goals. Punjab won their last goals by 5 goals. So tell me something. How crucial is that momentum going to be when they come to this fixture?
Uh, there's a tricky situation when you are in a situation that just drawing is enough for us to win and go through, draw and go through. But at the same time, there is no other way than win for Punjab. That is a tricky situation for Manipur. They cannot relax because thinking just draw is enough for us to go through can, be difficult, make it difficult for them. So Punjab, on the other hand, have no other way but to win the game. So Manipur have two options: win or draw. So, but they must not play for the draw, and they have to play for the win.
So, thank you for this answer. So, just before we head further, we'll try and show the points table to give a clarity of the teams right now. Here we have Manipur right at the top of the points table. They have played four, they have won four, and they have scored 16 goals, conceded five. Wherein Punjab have played four, they have won three of them and drawn one, and have secured 10 points. Wherein at the same time they have scored 10 goals. But a glaring difference between the two sides is Manipur has conceded 5 goals from the 4 games, and Punjab has conceded 1 goal from the four. So, now getting back to the discussion, do you think this is also going to have a quick or a psychological impact on the team, sir?
Punjab definitely, there's a saying, the team that doesn't concede never loses the game. So they would like to maintain I hope they would like to maintain the consistency and not concede many goals. And then, anyone who scores and not concede can always win the game. So that can play an advantage to Punjab because they have been very consistent at the back, conceding just 1 goal. But if you can see the number of goals Manipur have scored and the experience they have in Subhash Singham with the team and very experienced coach Gift Rai Khan. So I think definitely Manipur can get the breakthrough.
So, final couple of questions for the day before we head towards the first match of the day. So, the first of them would be now, you given the experience that you have, you've seen the Indian football roster so closely for such a long time. If you would have been in any of the lineups of these two teams, what would have been your advice for the teams?
I think both the team have been quite consistent in the way they play. So I think they have to try to maintain the consistency, and then not get excited. Playing at home, Manipur, playing at home and seeing the crowd, they must not get excited, and they should try to play the normal game.
So, just before we head, what would be your prediction for this fixture?
I will go with 2-0 for Manipur.
We are making a note of that. So definitely we are going to get back with you once the game is over. But it was wonderful connecting with you, sir. Thank you for your expert talk. Thank you for your insight into the game. And thank you for your wonderful contribution, your prolonged contribution to the Indian footballing scene. Indian football is always grateful to you and will definitely be indebted to you forever as you keep on contributing to the growth of this youth. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to all give you another heads up, Sir Gompe Rime has now been grooming the youth of the country as is the goalkeeping coach of the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. So, I hope you understand the kind of contribution he's still doing and the kind of contribution he wants to carry forward. Indian football is definitely fortunate to have you on its scene. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And right now, we'll be heading towards the first game of the day. And once again, before the game, of that, or rather after the game, we'll definitely fall back on your prediction that you've just made. Thank you for joining, and it was a pleasure talking with you, sir.
Thank you, and so my pleasure to be with you here.
Thank you. Right now, we have Chandigarh all set to take on Himachal Pradesh in the opening fixture of the Group 6 Hero 76 ongoing or Hero 76 NFC Santosh Trophy. We'll quickly try and introduce you to the sides. And here's the starting 11 for Chandigarh. We have Vishal Sharma, Kunal Singh, Govindas Singh, Gurtegveer Singh, Kartik Chaudhary, Harjinder Singh, Jatin Yadav, Shehza, Napoleon, Gaurav Negi, and Mohit Dayal. Wherein the subs are Nitish Mehra, Arshdeep Singh, Chirayu Chauhan, Sanju T, Amit Kumar, Hardik Singh, Mohammad Asrar, Ankit Rawat, Shakti Singh, Aditya Kumar, and Akramul Haq. and it'll be Sanjeev Kumar Maria taking over the reins of Chandigarh. Wherein for Himachal Pradesh, we have Avinav Guleria, Satyam Kumar, Amit Bhatt, Vishal Dogra, Nitin Thakur, Hemant Thakur, Sahil Rana, Dheeraj Datta, Saurav Kumar, Chetan Chaudhary, and Pramod Kumar. Wherein in the bench, we have Abhishek Chaudhary, Amandeep Thakur, Nikhil Dogra, Sayam, Manas Thakur, Sahil Sharma, Ravikant, Shantam Soni, Saurav Mankotia, Mohammad Tanveer, and Vivek. And they will be all lining up under the ranks of Amit Rana. And we have two teams who have somehow fallen behind in the race of the points table. However, they are not going to hold back in this fixture. For them, it is guts and glory. For them, it is the prize. For them, it is the crucial 3 points. It is a sum to it is a sum to scap off to what has so far been a terrific journey. Well, right now they will like to forget what has happened in the preceding or what has happened in the past. On your screen, the team that will be attacking from the left to the right will be the men in blue, Chandigarh. Wherein on your screen, the team that will be attacking from the right to the left, adorned in the royal whites, Himachal Pradesh. And it is Chandigarh who gets this contest underway from the left to the right. Bit of an early start and a quick swipe forward there from Chandigarh, trying to keep the ball under control, and now launches a long ball towards the far right, however not well controlled there. Himachal Pradesh quickly regaining control and trying to stitch it forward again. A bit of a nasty exchange between them. Kind of a forceful attempt there from Chandigarh to try and penetrate early, try and rattle open the defenses with a header. But not significant enough to outmuscle not one but two defenders from Himachal Pradesh. That wasn't really a clean collection there from Chandigarh. There was a slight push that brought the Himachal Pradesh player down. He's still on the ground. It feels as if he took a knock, quite a significant one. I guess he plunged his knee into him. It was Pramod Kumar of Himachal Pradesh who took the knock. And now the referee summoning over the medical in order to administer some medical help. Most likely there was a collision of a knee. The knee went rattling into the back. So ideally, it's kind of a nasty collision that you usually have. Not a good one, but it's good to see that he's back on his feet. I believe there's even a knock on his arm. So most while he landed, maybe he's taken that blow. But nonetheless, the game's just started now. Football, given the fact that it's a body contact game. Oh yeah, he landed on his elbow. And that can be excruciatingly painful, given the fact that your entire body weight lies on your elbow. It's not really easy to keep yourself afloat with that. But nonetheless, the good signs are that he's back on his feet. He's doing well and he'll be shortly joining action. And a low range free kick coming all the way in. Now Himachal Pradesh trying to keep the ball under control. Tries to find a way from the right, but this time won't really be successful. However, they'll be winning the first set piece of the day, the first corner of the day going. It is Chandigarh, rather, who's won the first corner of the day, and they'll try and fancy their luck from the set piece. Himachal Pradesh getting to do some early defending. We have Shaiza on the corner and whips that into the box. There's a player waiting at to the far right. Sends in towards the goal. The goalkeeper coming out of the line. The danger still not cleared there. Some early warning bells being rung by Chandigarh. However, this time the shot was not on target. Flipped it around the woodwork. Could have done better from that, Chandigarh. They need to keep their focus. They need to keep their composure and try and flip those goals in real time. However, there was a bit of a hastily taken shot. There was a melee of boots waiting in front of the goal. However, no danger was posed and a lifeline to Himachal Pradesh to stay alive in the contest. Chandigarh knocking on the doors again, this time trying to use that left wing. That's a nice ball being teased. However, Himachal Pradesh doing a decent job of closing the lines up quickly and trading it away for a throw. A couple of short passes, followed by a long ball chested down by Chandigarh. However, before Chandigarh could have reached there, Himachal Pradesh does a decent job of reclaiming the possession and now drive forward through that central channel we encountered. And following which, Chandigarh managed to unload a glittering effort there. However, it was not on target. He was sailing away from the woodwork. And it's all happening here at the Kuman Lambak main stadium. Chandigarh just willing, or rather putting forward their best foot with the hope of finding that early opener, with the hope of getting their noses ahead. Chandigarh has managed to steal the ball away, tries to unload another effort, but a decent piece of block there from a Himachal Pradesh defender. The possession's back with Chandigarh. Himachal Pradesh has reclaimed it before they could have created a significant pass. Oh, well, Himachal Pradesh did manage to steal it back, however, only for a very emasculated effort, only to roll up the arms of the goalkeeper. And now there's a player down. They need some medical attention, and yes, the medical rushing over to the midfield, rushing over to the field. Not very pleasant scenes. And just to give you all another heads up, there's another contest that is right now ongoing between Lakshadweep and Jharkhand as well at the ESU Stadium. And as things stand, it's still all square as both the teams are still to find the back of the net. And it's good to see that the player's back on his feet. It was Nitin Thakur of Himachal Pradesh who took the blow while trying to defend it. Now Chandigarh taking their time, not really in a hurry at the moment. They know that they have the firepower. They are confident in their attacking capabilities. And it's Chandigarh that gets us underway again. A short pass being played. Sends it darting forward. Here's an opportunity for Chandigarh to try and crack the doors open from the left. Sends in a towering cross. Oh, the goalkeeper made a hash of it. But thankfully, there weren't any Chandigarh marauders waiting for that ball. There was a Himachal Pradesh defender who managed to take it away, or who managed to nudge it away to safety. There are some early signs here, some early signs of crevices that are slowly opening up. Himachal Pradesh putting in an early defensive force there in order to thwart the attacking aggressions of Chandigarh. And now Himachal Pradesh can actually move forward by their own. The referee quickly rushing over to the Chandigarh player there, probably having a word or two, saying that let's just get rolling. It's a lovely ball once again, stitched forward. It's a fine bit of run there. Plays a short pass, a tantalizing cross floating from the right. However, not met by anyone, not even the defender. The ball's fallen back to the Himachal Pradesh attacker there. Now they are trying to use that left wing, a decent block, eventually traded away for a throw in there. And this was the run. It was completely miscued actually from the Chandigarh player. Himachal Pradesh waiting for their players to arrive into the box. And that is poor. That is actually horrendous. You're playing football at such an elite level. You've got to control your ball. You've got to control those fast touches. That's what you train for. You can't afford to lose out an opportunity that close to your opposition goal. You never know. You may end up in the back of the net only if you focus a bit more. But nonetheless, a chance gone is a chance gone. There's no point ruing about it. So yes, getting forward to the game. Back with Chandigarh, but poor passing from them. A couple of missed passes in the center. Ball's back with Himachal Pradesh. Oh, they lets one fly from range. That had some terrific power behind it. But definitely it was not having the direction. It's not easy to keep the ball on target from that range. But nonetheless, he kept it low. He kept it flat. And had it been on target, that would have been a test for the Chandigarh goalkeeper. And here's a lovely long ball sent forward. Oh, that was a bit of a chaos there. He didn't really understand where did the ball come up. It actually bobbled up his own bat. But now Chandigarh has another attack brewing on the horizon. And they will have a corner for themselves now. It will make them happy, the fact that they are stitching those early salvo. Well, definitely Himachal Pradesh has also had their fair shares of aggression. But if we count or if we go by the numbers, Chandigarh has been slightly dominant than Himachal Pradesh at the moment. And we have Sheza once again for Chandigarh sending in that corner, and that's a far corner. And eventually it was not well controlled when even it was headed towards the goal, so that went out for a throw in as well. Was Himachal Pradesh with another throw in now. Try to twist and turn through a melee of boots of Chandigarh. An opportunity. Is it there on to that right? Well, it doesn't seem like it. There's going to be a goal kick here. It's a lovely ball sent forward. It doesn't seem like that Chandigarh will have much advantage from there because Himachal Pradesh has the ball under control. And now they play a lateral pass, keeping it as simple as they can. However, steered midway away towards the opposite direction by Chandigarh. And eventually the ball rolls out of bounds as a throw in favor of Chandigarh now. A quick throw in taken. A desperate attempt by by Himachal Pradesh rather, to keep the ball inside the bounds so that they could have avoided the corner. But it doesn't seem like they'll have much luck doing that. It's a corner now in favor of Chandigarh, the third of the morning. Another opportunity for them to try and launch it towards the box, into the box, and try and sneak something towards the back of the net. Floats that in the center, however, not too much avail. And the cross comes floating in from the right. Danger! And the opening goal for Chandigarh. They were already knocking on the doors loud enough. And a phenomenal cross comes floating in from the right and pouncing upon it like a predator. He heads it home emphatically, sending Chandigarh ahead in the game. They're cruising at the moment, and their attacking unit, all the early salvo that they managed to stitch forward, has eventually got the required conclusion. 13 minutes on the clock, and Chandigarh has secured an early lead there. And now Himachal Pradesh comes knocking on from the right. That was kind of a mix-up there. He hammered the ball. He tried to go for a cross, but he ended up hammering it straight at the defender. It took quite a sharp deflection and was almost on its way towards the goal. But then again, it was only on its way towards the goal. It didn't really have the power that would have actually put the goalkeeper to test. So it was an easy collection at the end of the day for the goalkeeper. Chandigarh comes forward again on the prowl, not really willing to relent, not really willing to set back despite securing that lead. And here's the confirmation of the goal. Karthik Chaudhary was the man who managed to get the opener in favor of Chandigarh. The referee says, let the game go on. There were a couple of bodies rolling on the ground a few moments back. Himachal Pradesh keeping it as simple as they can. Chandigarh keeps the ball alive. Well, they did in the first go, but the second touch was a bit too hefty there, and they really couldn't control the ball. It was Kunal Singh on the chase. The goal kick taken. Himachal Pradesh does a decent job of keeping the ball in. It was Dheeraj Datta a few moments ago who chested the ball down from the goalkeeper. A couple of lateral passes being stitched here. Does a decent job of bringing the ball forward. Twist and turns amidst a maze of footballers there. However, not really successful in taking it forward. And it's now going to be a throw in favor of Chandigarh. Once again, Chandigarh desperate to get the ball rolling in their way. And before they could actually turn and try and stitch together a significant move, Himachal Pradesh quickly putting a step forward. That is a decent turn. Looking for some help. Finds it in the central channel. Lets one fly. But this time it was not on target, sailing wide of the woodwork. And while we were saying this, another contest that's right now unfurling at the ESU Stadium between Lakshadweep and Jharkhand has also produced two goals in a span of just a couple of minutes. Mohammad Tafrook and Nasrullah has scored for Lakshadweep, leaving Jharkhand stunned. Wherein Chandigarh comes back on an attack. However, this time before they could unload an effort, the referee blowing his whistle, letting him know there was not the cleanest way to win the ball. There was a bit of tapping involved, which wasn't really supported by the books of rules and regulation laid down by FIFA. And hence the referee laying down the law very quickly there. As cool again as it gets. And Chandigarh this time trying to actually keep it under control by pulling it towards him. However, not a really decent touch to keep the ball in hand. And here's a ball sent forward. There's a nice run from Chandigarh onto the right. Desperate to keep the ball alive. Desperate to try and create another potential goal-scoring opportunity. But they will have to wait. That was not the way because the ball had another heavy touch on it. However, there's another player who's down in the center. And the medico quickly rushing over to his aid. Just ensuring the fact that he's all right. Most likely it's a hit onto his ankle. That can be quite painful actually. As things stand, it has so far been a pretty entertaining encounter. Chandigarh definitely been the more attacking sides of the two, but Himachal Pradesh hasn't been dormant either. They have tried their luck, they have tried their opportunities. This is the replay of the goal. A lovely cross coming in from the right from Kunal Singh. And a fine finish from Karthik Chaudhary. Cool and composed and placing it into the back of the net to perfection. As good as it gets, as gorgeous as it gets. And that's a lovely 1-2 there, and a lovely shot as well. However, this time luck was not with them. A phenomenal strike, missing the woodwork by Whiskers. Chandigarh could have very well doubled their lead had it been on target, but this is some seraphic brand of football being stitched by the men in blue. Excellent, excellent display of an attacking mindset. Himachal Pradesh right now chasing shadows at the Kuman Lampak main stadium. They do not have an answer to what can possibly be a stop or an arrest of their incessant decline against Chandigarh. Both the teams are well placed, both the teams are well in hunt of that goal, but Chandigarh definitely has been pulling all the strings, wherein Himachal Pradesh has been intermittently moving forward in search of them. Chandigarh with a lovely ball from the left again. Can they get in that cross that can pose some serious straight on the goal again? Right now, they are stationed onto that extreme far left, and Himachal Pradesh eventually does a decent job of stealing the ball away. Himachal Pradesh will keep it under control, will take their time to actually go forward from there. It's a long ball, but Chandigarh does a decent job of putting forth a strong defensive resolve and eventually hitting it away to safety. Another back pass being played. Oh, he needed to hurry there. That was another warning bell ringing louder than ever for Himachal Pradesh. Could have been catastrophic had they found the back of the net. Could have been a telling blow to the soaring aspirations of Himachal Pradesh in order to find a full 3 points. But nonetheless, they were safe. However, there's a player of Chandigarh who's right now down on the ground, contorting in pain. He's took a knock in his waist. We'll try and show you the chance. Well, this is the goal again. Look at the precision. Also, if you actually uh, highlight this, I believe the Himachal Pradesh is to be imputed the blame here because they were not marking this player who was actually running from the back. He almost had a free header, and that is why it seemed so easy for him. As a defender, you got to make it tough. You got to put in the bodies in the line. And that was surprising and stunning at the same time. But nonetheless, here's a long throw again. Chandigarh keeps on rolling the ball forward, does a pretty decent job. Somewhat of a desperation there from Himachal Pradesh, not really coming to pass because Chandigarh has the ball back. They have the required personnel as well, but somehow it felt that he was kind of a lone warrior trying to brave his way past melee if Himachal Pradesh boots, and it was never going to be easy. And there's some heated altercation there between the referee and the players, but most likely the referee has spotted a boot being swung widely by Chandigarh, eventually imparting a free kick in favor of Himachal Pradesh. Well, Himachal Pradesh will be taking it all day long. They've had a pretty reticent opening 22 minutes. And now a long ball comes forward. However, there isn't any buyer for the same. There isn't any inflictor of pain upon Chandigarh at the moment. There isn't any enforcer in the ranks of Himachal Pradesh who can make these opportunities count, who can create something important, something impressive in favor of Himachal Pradesh. Chandigarh, however, have the required personnel as well. Surging forward, the referee says, let that ball keep rolling. He's given away advantage for Himachal Pradesh. Well, a consistent tussle there happening on the sidelines, and Himachal Pradesh, in desperation to win the ball, eventually ended up slamming it out of it. But nonetheless, that kind of shows the body language that they have at the moment. That's good signs, actually. This will help them to stay in the hunt as well. Because if your body language starts swooping in a high voltage game like this, it can be pretty devastating for you. It can be pretty devastating for your pursuit. But nonetheless, the lead at the moment isn't a pretty decent one. It's a very slender one. It's a lead nonetheless, but it's a very slender one. And in order to defend such leads, until and unless you're finding that insurance goal, You have to defend at times with all your force, with all your numbers, with all hands in there. So Chandigarh will also have to make sure in their ambitious exploits going forward, they shouldn't be going ahead and ending up making their own defense vulnerable against Himachal Pradesh, because Himachal Pradesh uh, does have a couple of sharpshooters in their ranks who can actually try and use any possible gap that you would allot them. Here was another shot there coming all the way from Himachal Pradesh, but it took a deflection along the way, and it was going to be a corner in their favor. First corner of the day for Himachal Pradesh. They'll definitely be, they'll definitely take the sliver of hope that this corner would give them. Initially, from a superficial perspective, it felt that the ball actually was shot out, but later the referee confirmed that it actually took a deflection. It's Ziraj Datta from Himachal Pradesh floats the corner into the box, but a bit too high for everyone. Himachal Pradesh trying to go for a volley from the side, but won't really have much joy as it was repelled away for a corner, this time from the other side, however. He's all set there to unload the corner into the mix, sends a crucial one. And now the ball's back at the feet of Himachal Pradesh. Bit of a possession that right now they are savoring at the moment, and that in the opposition half. Well, in the course of the play, he must have ended up slamming the ball. I mean, he definitely wasn't intentional for sure. Here is the action. He actually wanted to go for that long ball. However, the Chandigarh player catching the entire blast of it on his face. It's kind of a very nasty blow, but the player quickly rushing over to his opposition to ensure that he's all right. That is what football is. Uh, you're definitely rivals, the fiercest of them on your field. But off the field, you're always friends and brothers and sisters. Well, once again, not a decent ball, but at the end of the day, it was well cleared away by Chandigarh. The throws need to be a lot more precise coming from Himachal Pradesh if they are to restore parity here. Chandigarh as well, not really able to keep the ball in play, not really able to control it and try and turn it in their favor. The last couple of minutes, Himachal Pradesh has managed to keep the ball in their possession, has even managed to drive forward. Only time shall reveal that how close can they come to the goal. Oh, it's a long-ranging effort there, hoping that the ball would dip towards the goal, but at the end of the day, it wasn't well collected. It wasn't well directed either. He took the shot on the half turn, or on the half volley, if you would say. And keeping those balls low usually is the challenge, because ideally your foot goes beneath the ball. So whenever your foot goes beneath the ball eventually turns to get or balloon towards the sky. That's not really a good sign at the end of the day. A bit of a reticent phase of play for Chandigarh. The first 20 or the first 15 minutes definitely belong to them. They also managed to find the back of the net as well. However, it's interesting to see how they recover from this current phase of reticence, because at the moment, despite the fact that Himachal Pradesh has not really produced the accuracy or the kind of laser like precision that you would usually need in order to terrorize your opposition, but at the same time they have not really allowed Chandigarh to come on a free-flowing firing unit out of their own box for the past 7 to 8 minutes. That's really good signs for Himachal Pradesh, but at the end of the day, all of it would boil down to how cool, how composed, and how resolute they are in their pursuit of that equalizer. And that was pretty poor there from Himachal Pradesh. They should have been able to cut it short. It's a long ball there, uh, targeted for the player stationed onto the far right of Chandigarh. However, it was headed away to safety. Here's a lovely ball that's sent forward from the right, from the center towards the right, but Chandigarh does a decent job of cutting it short, and now actually can stitch an offensive of their own. But nonetheless, Chandigarh has actually won the possession back. This can be another danger bell knocking on the doors, but they end up jamming it straight at the feet of the Himachal Pradesh defender. Chandigarh right now finding it a bit too difficult to crack open the Himachal Pradesh defense, irrespective of the fact that they have actually dictated the opening minutes of the game. Here's another long range effort. Oh my word, that was so nigh to the woodwork. Oh, that was brilliant. That was a treat to the eye. Takes a tumble, gets back up, and lets one fly. Inches, if we may say. Or was it a centimeter? It was brilliant. It was absolutely mind-boggling air from Chandigarh. And they comes knocking on the door again. Oh, this time they've rattled the woodwork. It's all happening for Chandigarh. A brief moment of lull, and then a couple of bangers. Though not finding the back of the net, but once missing it by whiskers, and moments later, clattering onto the woodwork. This is some fine display of aggression from Chandigarh, coming forward in all their glory, inflicting their best possible weapons and the most possible sources of pain upon Himachal Pradesh, even though not being successful. But at the end of the day, all these attacks can culminate into something way greater than what they are doing right now. And now the goalkeeper of Chandigarh quickly rushing out of his line to clear any possible peril on the brink. Himachal Pradesh desperate to keep the ball away from the Chandigarh players. However, Chandigarh has managed to win it back. And they now try to use that right wing in their favor. A cross comes floating in from the right. Once again, the goalkeeper trying to palm it away. Didn't really do it in a convincing manner. And it's going to be a throw in here. Now, this was another chance. Actually, the goalkeeper couldn't palm it away at all. Initially, it felt that the goalkeeper's got a bit of a touch to that, but he didn't. But fortunate for him, there was a Himachal Pradesh defender waiting right behind him who headed the ball away to safety. Himachal Pradesh right now, living on the edge. They'll have to be a lot more cautious. They cannot afford to make these errors. Chandigarh has come ablaze. They are leaving Himachal Pradesh slowly and insidiously being consumed by fire. They are letting everything at their feet fly. And as Himachal Pradesh comes knocking on the doors again, they'll not be happy with the outcome of the same. There's a throwing opportunity now for Chandigarh. And another chance for them to try and test Himachal Pradesh defense by creating an attacking infringement of their own again. They have been doing it frequently, despite a brief moment of lull in the between, despite a brief moment of reticence where they just waited. And that's some decent piece of footwork there. Sends a lovely ball down the central channel. Oh, it's a brilliant pass! Oh, and denied by the goalkeeper of Himachal Pradesh. That's a crucial save. Chandigarh would consider themselves a bit unfortunate. However, that shot should have been given a bit or a better direction. Lovely pass. It was absolutely gilt-edged. And magic was on the brink of making, however. Some excellent piece of work there from Avinav Guleria, putting his right foot to the use and eventually batting it away for the time being. Chandigarh comes knocking again, sends it across from the right. However, this time they'll have to settle down for a corner. And while we say this, just to give you all a quick heads up again, Lakshadweep has now secured a 3-0 lead against Jharkhand as Mohammad Sharif has scored the third goal for them on the 32nd minute. It's now a corner here. Another cross comes floating in from the right. Opportunity for Chandigarh. And they find the back of the net for the second time. It's all happening for Chandigarh at the Kuman Lampak main stadium. And they are ripping apart their opposition. Absolutely brilliant. It is Gaurav Negi, the man. No one marking him, no one blocking his way. A melee of boots, a scrimmage of boots, guarding the view of the goalkeeper, and the outcome was as expected. The ball was poked into the back of the net by Gaurav Negi, making it 2-0 in favour of Chandigarh, and they are cruising at the moment with Himachal Pradesh absolutely nothing in their sails to show for. This is a fascinating brand of football coming all the way from Chandigarh. Himachal Pradesh, however, right now they are unfazed, they are undeterred. They want to come forward, they want to keep their attacking pursuits going. However, what so far has been the tradition of the game, the lack of incision whenever they have come forward continues, but that's a lovely ball sent in from the left. And to be honest, that was not really an easy ball to sneak out because there were almost two Chandigarh defenders guarding it. But Himachal Pradesh, nevertheless, they did manage to actually find a way through. And now Himachal Pradesh tries their luck from range, but that won't really be a decent one. Mohit Dayal, the goalkeeper of Chandigarh, calmly sees it fly over the woodwork. A decent effort nonetheless, showing the confidence, trying something extraordinary, trying a different source of attack, considering the fact that they haven't had much luck trying to venture into the Chandigarh box. But they'll have to be a lot more precise. They'll have to showcase the brilliance that they actually bring to the game with. It's a lovely contest unfurling right now between these two teams. Chandigarh firmly in the driver's seat. Himachal Pradesh at the moment chasing shadows, not really able to keep the Chandigarh battery at bay. Their defense has been split open, and the initial chinks are now giving way to gigantic crevices. The passes are being stitched together. An opportunity to be sent far from the right. Sends in a lovely cross, actually. However, this time it's going to be a free kick in favor of Chandigarh now. We are into the final 8 minutes of the opening half, or rather into the regulation time of the opening half. Given the fact that Chandigarh right now has a 2-goal cushion, they'll take their time, they'll slow down the tempo. They'll have a story of their own to tell. And look at the space that they have for themselves. That kind of gives out the tail, or that kind of gives out the woe of Himachal Pradesh defense. I mean, absolutely nothing to show for in the center. So much space for Chandigarh to explore. So much easy pickings for the Chandigarh attacking unit. They're just coming knocking on the doors, and Himachal Pradesh is somewhat conceding the possession at their feet. And that is something that Himachal Pradesh will really need to work on. And that's a bit of a push there. The referee is given advantage. Chandigarh tries to send in a cross. Not too much avail, however. They come knocking on the door from the right again. Sends in a teasing cross, however, not really a decent one. That could have budged open the gates. Here's a brilliant cross! Oh my word! This should have been an opportunity that could have allowed Himachal Pradesh to reduce the areas. But the ball, it didn't curl at all. Look at this. Ball was nice. It remained straight. It remained absolutely straight, and that is what actually ended up bamboozling the goalkeeper and the player as well. It was Dheeraj Datta with the ball. A decent ball, to be honest. And the Himachal Pradesh player who was actually prowling for it, he was nowhere close to the ball. He actually overran, and the goalkeeper couldn't place it either, and the ball went out for a goal kick. Goalkeeper of Chandigarh, Mohit Dayal, he received some treatment. He's back on his feet now. And now it's going to be a goal kick. We are now in the final 5 minutes of the regulation time. It's a bit of a chase there between Chandigarh and the Himachal Pradesh defender. But eventually it'll be the goalkeeper of Himachal Pradesh, Owen of Guleria, will be coming out and collecting it. Both the teams slightly slowing down their tempo at the moment, considering the fact in the final 5 minutes, so that the final 4 minutes of the regulation time is remaining. That was not again a decent clearance. A long shots come floating in, but this time straight down the gully of Abhinav Guleria. Could have been some serious danger, bit of a miscommunication there. That is where the opportunity started taking shape, and eventually the resultant effort from Chandigarh, it definitely had a lot of power behind it, but it wasn't really well directed, and it was slammed straight into the arms of Abhinav. There's a bit of a push from the back. And the player's finally back up on his feet. Himachal Pradesh didn't really have a decent opening 45 minutes that they were actually looking forward to. Sends a long ball towards that far right. Another cross being attempted from the right, but again, too easy at the end of the day for Mohit. And now Chandigarh trying to find a way from that left wing. Tries it! And this time will be missing the net by Whiskers. The goalkeeper was way off his line, wanted to lob. That would have been an absolute treat of a goal had that found the back of the net. But the goalkeeper slightly ahead of the line, not really able to place how or not really able to map what Chandigarh wanting to do that. So wanting to do there rather. A corner nonetheless here for Chandigarh. Another opportunity for them to try and sneak in that third. The goalkeeper comes crashing out of his line, but this time Chandigarh player has went down, and so has the goalkeeper of Himachal Pradesh. The player is back on his feet, and the goalkeeper will need some medical attention. There have been quite a few stops in this half, particularly for Himachal Pradesh. A lot of players have actually taken the ground, but the best part is that they've all stood up. Oh, I believe he actually his feet got entangled there, and he took a fall.
extra time it will be 5. Till yet. When I will show sir, then only confirm it, please. Okay. Five
He's
minutes
still being
confirm.
treated
Then only
right now.
it takes.
So far as the story of the game goes, Chandigarh starting the contest on a swashbuckling note, and eventually, to enforce themselves, they managed to find the back of the net, not once but twice. And as the game goes forward, as the game heads towards the additional minutes of the first half,
Yeah.
they still remain the firm favourites at the moment to walk away with the bragging rights if things stands in the exact same way. But then football being the game that has never been so predictable, being the game that has had more tributaries than the Amazon and the Nile, the football being the game that has had more windings than a whodunit story, football being a game that has had more twists and turns in the world's greatest tales of all. You never know what's going to happen next. Chandigarh keeps on knocking on the doors from the right, and it's going to be a throw in now. Throw comes floating in from the right. Chandigarh manages to keep the ball at their feet, but a crucial touch there, coming all the way from Himachal Pradesh, eventually forces it out. However, this time before Chandigarh could have made some grounds, the flag went up, and it eventually has been given as a free kick in favor of Himachal Pradesh. And also to give you all a heads up, it is 5 minutes of additional time that has been added on. So as things stand, we will be having 300 seconds of football still coming over. And this is another, as the game keeps on rolling. And a couple of quick crosses and centers coming all the way in. It's now going to be a throw in here. That's going to be rolling over. Chandigarh just taking their time. Sends in that ball. However, not decent enough. Himachal Pradesh quickly brings out the foot to deny it, but Chandigarh as well, absolutely resolute and hell-bent to win possession of the ball. And now they come knocking on the doors again. There's a lovely ball that was being sent towards that far right, but nonetheless, it will not have much joy. They keep on knocking on the doors, and now continuously, as the ball keeps on rolling forward, a bit of a scrappy affair at the moment. Both the teams just exchanging it, not in a very decent manner, not really finding the required players. A lot of miss passes being played. The ball resorting to the aerial route way too frequently than normal. Just to give you all a heads up, the first half of the other game has ended with a 3-0 scoreline with Lakshadweep leading the game at least at the end of the first 45 minutes. And now the ball somehow, there was a bit of a collision there onto the sides, and eventually, after a hasty clearance, Himachal Pradesh thought that they've had the ball in their control. However, the referee deems that they didn't. Well, is there a discussion? Like, it's actually a free kick, so most likely there's been a handball involved, and that's a pretty critical juncture. Is it a free kick or is it a corner? but we're still not sure. It's a corner. It's rolled out of play, so it's a corner. He floats that corner in. A pretty tame corner at the end of the day. And now Himachal Pradesh sends in a lovely ball forward. This can be a glorious opportunity for Himachal Pradesh. Sends in from the right. That was a lovely, lovely strike. Swiping at the face of the goal. Not really on target. That was a great effort flowing in from Himachal Pradesh. However, it didn't really have the required direction that could have rang a couple of warning bells for Chandigarh. That's a lovely strike. The goalkeeper was slightly off his position, and that is why he went for that far post, trying to exploit all the gap. And that should mark the end of the first half. As things stand, Chandigarh has a 2-0 cushion in their favour, wherein Himachal Pradesh will have some serious catching up to do when they come out for the second half of the game. We'll quickly give you the official confirmation of the score line, also the scorers as well. And before we do that, we'll also try and take you to the stats that will rather give you a better picture of the game. These are the two goals. A cross coming floating in from the right, absolutely unmarked. Karthik Chaudhary heading it home with cool and composure. And this was the finish that came from the feet of Gaurav Negi. Once again, unmarked, unblocked, untethered, poked it into the back of the net. Here's the official confirmation of the scoreline. Chandigarh 2, Himachal Pradesh 0, Karthik Chaudhary with a 13th minute strike and Gaurav Nevi with a 35th minute strike, making it 2 goals in favour of Himachal Pradesh. Here are the stats. 62% ball possession for Chandigarh, 38 for Himachal Pradesh. 10 shots from Chandigarh, 3 from Himachal Pradesh. 3 on target for Chandigarh, none for Himachal Pradesh. 5 corners from Chandigarh, 2 from Himachal Pradesh. 2 fouls from Chandigarh, none from Himachal Pradesh. And no cards have so far been shown in the game. And these stats were powered to you by the official broadcasting partner of the Hero 76 NFC Santosh Trophy, the Manipuri leg, SportsKPI. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to check out SportsKPI and also please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And also do not go anywhere, for we'll return shortly with another 45 minutes of enthralling footballing action.
No substitute date. Again rest. Okay, thank you. Eight, number six is in. Six. Eight out. Six. Okay. Eight is out. Eight is out. Six is in. Six. Okay. 12 in. 12 in. And three is out, right? This is your done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the second half of the contest. We have had an entertaining first half between Chandigarh and Himachal Pradesh. Chandigarh definitely has taken the lead and has been the better sides of the two. They have actually brought forward, they have actually showcased their attacking strength and mindset at all its majesty. Himachal Pradesh, slightly bit on the lagging side at the moment. They'll need a bit of confidence there. They'll need a bit of belief in them. Most importantly, they'll have to show a bit of backbone in order to get into this fixture. Simply clearing away the opportunities, simply trading away those long balls, simply trying and stopping Chandigarh won't really be the solution to all their problems. They are being caught at the moment uh, in a vortex of entropy. They are being caught at the moment in what seems like a danger zone. And this time, it is Himachal Pradesh who gets us underway. Just to give you all a quick introduction of the teams. The team attacking on your screen from the left to the right in whites is Himachal Pradesh, wherein this time, after a customary shuffle of sides, the team on your screen attacking from the right to the left in blue is none other than Chandigarh. Apologies for the same. A bit of a jumble up, a bit of a mix up between Himachal Pradesh and Chandigarh at my end. So, nevertheless, once again, giving you quickly a clarity there. The team on your screen attacking from the left to the right in white is Himachal Pradesh, wherein the team on your screen attacking from the right to the left is Chandigarh. That was quite a dangerous long ball being attempted by Himachal Pradesh, almost hoping that they can try and keep the ball in play. They did, but Chandigarh right now comes knocking on the door. What a lovely ball and what a finish! Absolutely brilliant goal, and what a brilliant formation of that goal. This is what a team goal looks like. A phenomenal run from the left and an impeccable turn from the right. It is Kunal Singh with another assist and Gurtegbir Singh with the finish. Absolutely stuff of folklore from Chandigarh, and they are 3 goals to good for Himachal Pradesh. Classic, absolute classic. It seems that Himachal Pradesh is completely bamboozled and punch drunk by the incessant aggression of Chandigarh.
No, no. It was now only one goal is scored, sir. Just now.
They are once again trying to come forward. They are trying to find that opener for themselves. They need that first goal if they are to keep themselves afloat.
I will ask you. Don't worry, sir. I'll just inform you.
The pressure keeps on building. A couple of substitutions happened in the half time for Himachal Pradesh. That was the first one. Abhishek Chaudhary coming in place of Sahil Rana.
Yes, sir. Sir, over this one. 9. The first is 11, then second is 19 and 10.
A corner for Himachal Pradesh, a chance for them to try and at least reduce the area, get something going in their way. But it doesn't seem that they are so far going to be hell bent on utilizing it. Oh, this can be a bit of a confusion there. And here's a confirmation of the second substitution as well. It's Shyam who came in place of Amit Bhatt.
This was not, sir. I'll write it here 46. 9:47, sir. 9.
Well, the danger is actually still not over because Himachal Pradesh has a throw in, and this is what has actually bogged them down. We just saw a throw where he had no pressure to control the ball, and he still managed to concede it. To be honest, if you're a footballing fan, it's a bit of an eyesore seeing things like these happen, but nonetheless, things do happen like that. You just have to believe, you just have to hang in there. One mistake doesn't define the game, one mistake doesn't change the kind of football that you are able to stitch forward. Here's another quick long ball being played, rather short passes. Himachal Pradesh has intercepted one and now wants to drive forward. They have a man up front. That's a lovely ball, but he couldn't keep it under control. That rolled out of bounds. The referee having a word there with the Chandigarh player. The throw in now in favor of Chandigarh. They're taking their time. They're not in a hurry. And this time the ball goes out of play. Just to give you another quick update from match 14, Lakshadweep has secured a 3-0 win, rather a 3-0 lead, not a win, against Jharkhand. They did it in the first half itself, and the game still remains at the same status as it happened in the first half. No further goals have been added. Chandigarh, however, has actually managed to add one more goal to their tally, making it 3-0 in their favor. Now Himachal Pradesh, that's a fine run, tries to use or tries to test that far post on the turn, but didn't really have the angle at his behest, didn't really have the advantage to try and make it count. Once again, failing to connect it. A bit of a heavy touch there, eventually allowing a throw in favor of Punjab. A bit too easy this time for Himachal Pradesh, and that's a decent show of some footballing intelligence. Didn't really take that aerial route, averting a possible collision or averting a possible clampdown by Chandigarh. And now Himachal Pradesh can actually try and hope of stitching a ball forward. The question is for how long can they keep the possession of the ball at their feet? And at the moment, it doesn't feel like they'll be doing that for long. Chandigarh once again taking together fragments and putting them in a garland of exaltation, in a garland of attacking exaltation, to be honest. Now here's an opportunity. Try to send it towards that far right. Sends across. But once again, not on target. Completely miscued the effort. And eventually that would go out for a goal kick. It's a long ball being sent. Desperation there from players of both the teams. Now Himachal Pradesh, this seems to be a decent chance for them. They'll need some help, however, going forward. They're looking for men. They're looking forward for some support onto that far wings. The question is how long can they keep the ball in their possession? Or how quickly can they try and attack the opposition? A cross comes floating in from the right, but the resultant header was extremely watery and it went easily. It sailed into the arms of the goalkeeper. And that's a long ball being created, however, denied as well by Himachal Pradesh. And now Himachal Pradesh, and that's poor. That's again poor. The player just moved away from that position. This can be another opportunity for Chandigarh to try and test their luck from the range. But a bit of a push and shove keeps them away, but not for long. Because at the end of the day, using that acute angle to perfection, it is Gurtegbir Singh who's managed to find the back of the net for the second time of the day, making it 4-0 against Himachal Pradesh. This is poor goalkeeping. That's the first post that should have been averted at all possible costs. However, the goalkeeper not really able to take guard of that first post and eventually ends up conceding an important goal. And right now, Chandigarh is absolutely running away with the bragging rights of this fixture. Himachal Pradesh totally lost in an ocean of uncertainty.
19 out, 12 in. 19 out, 12 in. Yeah, 4 out. Okay, 4 out. 2 in. 100k. First of all,
Despite the huff and puff from the Himachal Pradesh attacking unit, where they have actually tried and create those crosses from the two wings, their defense has been somewhat of a pretty passive part of their team. They haven't really showcased the kind of brilliance that they are known for. They haven't really showcased the kind of reputation that they used to have in the preceding edition of the tournament. This tournament has been somewhat of a marred state already, and their woes in the tournament continue as Chandigarh keeps on punishing them. Chandigarh keeps on coming closer. Himachal Pradesh desperately just clawing at the ball to keep it away from their own half, to keep it away from the danger zone. But it doesn't seem like that Chandigarh is pretty convinced with it. Here's another chance coming, knocking on the doors. The range is still not over. The ball stays with Chandigarh. There's still some shooting space. Cross comes floating in from the left. However, a decent job there by the defenders. And just to give you all a heads up, Jharkhand has managed to pull one back in the other game as Vikram Kisku has scored the solitary goal for Jharkhand, making it 3-1. Lakshadweep had a three-goal cushion in the first half itself, and then it's Jharkhand now who's finding the back of the net to make it 3-1 at the ESU Stadium, where in the opening fixture at the Kuman Lampak Stadium between Chandigarh and Himachal Pradesh, that we are right now watching unfurl ahead of us, has seen Chandigarh taking a crucial lead 4-0 against Himachal Pradesh. A couple of passes being played now. A ball towards its far right wing, trying to use the wings, Himachal Pradesh. That has been the best sources of their attacks. That's a lovely ball from the left. A tantalizing one. There was a player waiting at the far right to meet it. It was almost point blank range. Had he got some connection onto that, but decent piece of defending, a lot of defending to be precise, eventually clearing the lines. And here's the confirmation of the twin substitution that was made by Chandigarh. Arshdeep Singh coming in, Vishal Sharma going out. The goalkeeper of Himachal Pradesh, Avinav Guleria, is also down. And another substitution from Chandigarh. Swamya Hardik Singh in. Gaurav Negi, the goal scorer of the second goal, has eventually gone out. Medical help right now being required for the goalkeeper. Well, a corner is awaiting us all. Himachal Pradesh having a set piece going in their favor right now. The goalkeeper's back on his feet. Himachal Pradesh sends in the corner. Well, a slight correction. A few moments ago, I said that it was Abhinav Guleria who was down. Apologies for the same. It was Mohit Dyal of Chandigarh who was done. Who was down. So that was a correction, and now it's going to be a throw in here in favor of Himachal Pradesh. Sends a long throw, but once again comfortably repelled away by Chandigarh. Another long throw being lined up, and we have Vishal Dogra takes a bit of a hopscotch run up to send in that throw. Himachal Pradesh trying to control the ball, try and get some shooting space for themselves. But at the moment, they will have to rally back quickly because Chandigarh is already on the prowl again and they've managed to keep the ball. It went a bit too far away from the goal, allowing the time and the space for the for the Himachal Pradesh players to rally back into their own line. Oh, that's a lovely chance and an equally brilliant effort and a decent piece of defending that has right now traded it away at the expense of a corner. That's some fine, fine work there. And a crucial piece of defensive intervention, forcing the ball out of play. Otherwise, that could have been another goal. The goalkeeper could have been put to further test. This is Chandigarh at their sizzling best, wherein Himachal Pradesh keeps on trailing this contest more than ever. A corner in favor of Chandigarh sends in that. Cleared away, but not in a decent manner by Himachal Pradesh. However, the ricocheting effort or the rebound that was being knocked towards the goal by Chandigarh wasn't decent enough.
14 is out, yeah, any ornaments you are wearing here? All congrats, any of us working here?
A couple of midfield tussles there between both the teams. And Chandigarh does an excellent job of winning the ball at a very critical juncture. Can be dangerous. And yes, it is. Goal number 5 in favor of Chandigarh. And they are absolutely destroying it. Kunal Singh, the man who stitched the opening to assist, have now scored a goal for himself. He is undoubtedly leading the Punjab Lions in the best possible ways. And Himachal Pradesh is being torn apart at the moment by Chandigarh. It's 5-0 in favor of Chandigarh. And it seems like Himachal Pradesh do not have someone who can stop them. Well, it wasn't Kunal Singh. Apologies for the same. It's Govinda Singh who finished it actually. Snatched the ball away in the danger zone and then eventually married his way into that opposition attacking box and then unloaded one through the goalkeeper. This is now getting extremely mortifying for Himachal Pradesh. And now another throw in favor of Chandigarh. Can they get more goals going in their favor? Only time shall reveal. Or does Himachal Pradesh manage to pull at least 1 or 2 goals back, trying to make the scorecard as respectable as they can? 63 minutes on the clock have completed. 63 minutes of enthralling football have been played. Chandigarh dictating the game with an iron fist. And Himachal Pradesh simply chasing shadows, being mere onlookers of the unfurling of mediocrity that has so far plagued them throughout the tournament. And this is simply another additional chapter of torture that is being inflicted upon them. And the torture continues. Decent piece of run there. And once again, they've given away the ball too cheaply. Danger can be there lurking on the horizon. But this time, the defenders doing a decent job in favor of Himachal Pradesh, at least trading it away for a corner. The entire defense of Himachal Pradesh is coming unglued at every possible knock on the door there by Chandigarh. Here's another confirmation of the substitution that Himachal Pradesh enforced a few moments back. Amandeep Thakur came in place of Pramod Kumar, or rather Parmod Kumar. Corner comes floating in. The danger still remains, but this time the goalkeeper coming out of his line to collect it. And here's another substitution. Santosh Soni coming in for Himachal Pradesh in place of Saurav Kumar. And this time the ball being cleared away. This is going to be a throw-in now in favor of Chandigarh. Chandigarh taking their own sweet time, really not in a hurry at the moment. A bit of a push there, forcing Chandigarh out of possession, at least momentarily. Brief moment of exaltations for Himachal Pradesh in a somewhat bleak day in the market, or rather in somewhat of a bleak day in the antipithious Santosh Trophy. They've had 2023 Santosh Trophy will definitely be a forgettable one for them. They'll not like to revisit this chapter much, but they'll definitely like to learn their lessons and ensure the fact that they are not repeating the same mistakes over and over again, so that they can actually learn and build something for themselves. But this is another fine run there from Chandigarh, sends in a lovely cross from the left. The ball still stays with Chandigarh, but Himachal Pradesh eventually forces out the possession, ousting Chandigarh from the privilege of snatching the ball. However, this time Himachal Pradesh ends up committing a foul, eventually imparting an important free kick now in favor of Chandigarh. Another dangerous position to have a free kick in. And on your screen, we have Govinda Singh, the man who scored that 5th goal. A couple of substitutions happening for Chandigarh as well. You can see on the screen Mohammad Asrar Raibar and Ankit Rawat who will be coming on in place of Shaiza and Kunal Singh. Kunal Singh has already done the damage. So Chandigarh does have the leeway to try and experiment a bit. That was quite an innovative way of taking a free kick. Definitely, they must have practiced this drill in their practice sessions, and eventually, the outcome of which coming out right now. Here's the confirmation: Shaiza going out, Ankit Rawat coming in. And Ashra Rebar coming in. Kunal Singh going out. Oh, this was a great opportunity for Chandigarh trying their luck from range. But this time, the goalkeeper of Himachal Pradesh forcing a save there. Abhinav Guleria throwing his body onto the line and eventually paring away the initial opportunity, allowing their defenders to at least try and swarm their way back into the box and denying Chandigarh for the umpteenth time in the contest now. They do not want that sixth goal happening there. That is some heated exchange. Not at all wanted. Absolutely not welcome. This has so far been a pretty decent encounter. However, the referee quickly rushing to the center, separating the two players. And this is what happened. A bit of a throw of hands there. Frustration setting in. Down by 5 goals to nil. Unable to reach the ball. So things like these can be normal, but at the end of the day, what matters is that cool heads prevail. And there's the confirmation of the yellow card that was being shown. Most likely it was Satyam Kumar, the man who was given the yellow card. We'll still try and confirm. But right now, the free kick awaits us all. A pretty decent juncture to have a free kick from. Sends in that free kick! Almost point blank range. They did manage to get a header as well, but couldn't really place it on target. It ended up being very easy for Abhinav Guleria. Ended up in his arms actually. And another danger. Somewhat being staved away, somewhat being stalled. And Himachal Pradesh will take glory in that at the moment. Once again, happening too easy right now. And here's the confirmation. It was Satyam Kumar who was given the yellow card. And now we have Himachal Pradesh trying to tiptoe their way forward to the gates of glory, at least to the gates of somewhat of a consolation strike. And again, bringing you the updates of the other match happening at ESU Stadium. Lakshadweep currently is leading the game by 3 goals to 1. They had all their 3 goals in the first half, wherein Jharkhand managed to pull one back in the second. Balls back with Himachal Pradesh. Only for them to concede away possession way too cheaply, and now Chandigarh is on the move again from the right. Sends in another teasing cross. However, this time Chandigarh won't be really able to capitalize on that.
Nice. So 8. The last goal was scored by just number 8. Yes, 61 minutes.
A bit of a physical tussle happening onto the wings, and eventually it was Himachal Pradesh who secured the possessional rights in that case. And here's a nice ball being sent from the left. That's a forward ball stitch. This can be critical. Twist and turns quickly. Chandigarh keeps the possession at their feet. He wanted to try something fancy. Himachal Pradesh had a chance of at least try and snatch the ball away, but it doesn't seem like that they were going to have much joy with that. It's a free kick now, however, in favor of Himachal Pradesh, because while Chandigarh was trying to sneak their way past Himachal Pradesh rearguard, or rather the Himachal Pradesh attacking unit were actually acting as rearguards in this instance. They ended up fouling them. This is a pretty decent position to take a free kick from. A chance for them to try and get something into the box. A chance for them to try and allow their strikers to pose somewhat of a serious threat or at least test the Chandigarh goalkeeper once in the second half. Well, takes in the free kick but rattles it straight into the wall of Chandigarh. And now Chandigarh sends a ball forward. This is a race for him to keep the ball alive. Does it comfortably. Sends in that cross towards the centre, but before the player could have reached there, it was cut short by Himachal Pradesh. But nevertheless, the possession has fallen back in favour of Chandigarh again. Chandigarh leads it towards its own player, keeps the possession alive. Pitaways through a maze of the Himachal Pradesh players, winning back the possession. This, however, has been somewhat of a mistake from Chandigarh, allowing Himachal Pradesh to drive forward, but it seems that they have taken too much time, allowing Chandigarh to drop their four-man defence inclusive of a defensive midfielder, bolstering their defensive excellence comfortably. The pushes and the shoves continue. It's now going to be a goal kick in favour of Chandigarh. The referee having a quick word there with the linesman. And also, there's a player who has been down, will need some treatment, so the medico has also been summoned. That is the confirmation. This is what was being said. It's Jatin Yadav of Chandigarh who's receiving some treatment. He's had a great game so far. Didn't really have to do much, to be honest, because especially in the second half, Himachal Pradesh, his attacking exploits have been extremely limited, wherein Chandigarh have raised over Himachal Pradesh like skittles in front of a fireball cannoning through them. Another long ball once again sent to picture perfection. But it doesn't seem like Chandigarh will have much luck from there. Himachal Pradesh eventually wins the ball back. However, they won't be able to keep it under control. They have been extremely disoriented, lack of cohesion amongst themselves. Haven't been that great either. Throw and taken by Chandigarh at the moment. Himachal Pradesh again failing to keep the possession at their feet, giving away the ball way too cheaply now. It's back at the feet of Chandigarh, but that was poor. That was a very rare occasion where you can call it poor. Chandigarh has almost got everything correct today. So you won't be able to find many mistakes there. Now here's a confirmation of a change that's happening for Chandigarh, and that is Chirayu Chauhan has been sent in order to bolster the defensive ranks of Chandigarh, wherein Himachal Pradesh at the moment will no longer coax their personnel, or no longer most likely be hoping to change their personnels as they coax. Oh, that was a lovely bit of a work there. A fine piece of roulette that has only been pulled off by legends of the game in such a slick manner. That was too slick. However, the resultant ball couldn't be put to good use because the player waiting for it at the receiving end was slightly offside. But that was some exquisite footwork there from Chandigarh. They are now trying to make it fancy. They once again snatched the ball but couldn't really pass it forward. Can they win the ball back again? They actually have. And they have stitched it back into the central channel. Plays it towards the far left. The players rushing over there. Another cross comes floating in from the left. Now, while we say this, again to give you all a heads up, the match at the other end has now turned into a thriller of the finest order, as Jharkhand has apparently managed to pull 2 goals back and Lakshadweep has been stunned. So right now the scorecard reads 3-2 in favor of Lakshadweep yet. However, you never know when things settle down, you never know when things change because this is football, and in football, believe or expect the unexpected. Chandigarh sending the ball towards it far right. Goes past a couple of defenders, trying to still create that shooting space for himself. Won't really be successful because eventually it was Himachal Pradesh who didn't really give them that leeway that he was looking forward to. Decent piece of defending, to be honest. Now, while he's trying to make way for himself, Himachal Pradesh has a shooting opportunity of their own. Can they create a potential goal scoring opportunity? Doesn't seem like they will, at least for the time being. But they come knocking on the doors again. Sends in a cross from the left, but it had nothing behind it. It was a simple roll of the ball that wouldn't have helped their cause under any circumstances. And now Chandigarh can actually dream of getting forward and try and test the opposition defense. Does an excellent work of sneaking his way past. Oh, rattles the woodwork. Almost on the brink of finding the 6th goal of the day. Chandigarh still keeps on coming forward. This time, however, a brilliant save from Avinav Galeria, denying Chandigarh for the first time in the game. That was quite or rather in the second half. Because every time Chandigarh has come knocking on the doors, every time they've had a shot on target, they found the back of the net. This time, you'll be thankful to the woodwork, however, that the first opportunity was being staved away, and the second one was very calmly slotted or parried away by the goalkeeper. The cramps are starting to frequent now. But this was the chance a few moments back. Very, very important save being pulled in to effect by Abhinav Guleria. It's most likely a cramp. It happens due to the heat and the constant playing that has happened. Chandigarh has been pretty busy. Their defense has also went up higher in the field and helped their attacking unit. It has been a treat to the eyes. It's such a lovely turn and an equally stinging effort being denied by the goalkeeper emphatically. It's going to be a goal kick now in favor of Chandigarh. An opportunity for them to launch it downtown again. They do. And a free kick has been awarded because while he tried to control the ball, there was a bit of a tap from the back, and hence the free kick. A free kick that won't really be that close to the goal, but a free kick that can actually be an opportunity for them to launch a ball into the box. Well, here's a chance. Chandigarh, they wanted to try their luck from range, but this time skying their effort actually. And while we talk about this, as we said that there was a thriller in the making in the ESU stadium, Lakshadweep has just managed to establish their two-goal cushion as Nasser has scored a 78-minute goal. Oh, that's a lovely chance again coming all the way from Chandigarh. A fine shot on the turn, but a crucial save once again coming from Abhinav Guleria there. And as things stand, it's still in the other game. It's 4-2 in favor of Lakshadweep, wherein in the current ongoing contest, Chandigarh has a 5-0 cushion and they are desperate for that sixth goal as well. They keep on coming on the attack. They keep on knocking on the doors. And that was a bit of a push. He still wants to continue with his pursuit of the ball. And at the moment, he won't be successful, however. Now we have Himachal Pradesh trying to find a way, but that ball's back for Chandigarh again. It seems that they somewhat have a magnet with them. Well, their dedication, their hunger to win the ball back has been the magnet. That is why most of the possession is actually stuck to them automatically. They've been denied over and over again. Once again, they keep on twisting and turning. The question is, how long can they do that? The resultant ball that was being sent by Himachal Pradesh, hoping that there would be someone at the receiving end, it wasn't to happen because the ball had too much weight behind it. And whatever chase that one could have given for the ball, that didn't really feel decent enough because it was speeding itself out of bounds. And now here's a goal kick, a long one being taken. And the ball has now been controlled by Chandigarh. This can be an opportunity for Chandigarh as well. However, Himachal Pradesh is successful in turning the tide in their favor. They have some space on that left wing. They'll have to use that. They have placed it onto the right. There was a player arriving who wanted to try his luck from range, but in order to try your luck from range, you'll have to be a lot more precise. You'll have to be a lot more accurate. You'll have to be a lot more picture perfect with your chances. You cannot let them fly just like that. A quick twisting and turning again. And this is a lovely ball with kind of a dummy there from another Chandigarh player has left everyone in a state of a flux. And now the Himachal Pradesh goalkeeper has somewhat taken a nasty blow onto his knee. There are a couple of Chandigarh players as well. Just ensuring the fact this was the run. It was a fine run actually. A bit of a push and a shove. He lost his footing there. It's not really sure what happened. But there was something serious that left the Himachal Pradesh goalkeeper in quite a bit of agony. Look at the run. He was dragging it from the back before he could get control. It was a bit of chaos, to be honest. That was exactly why the referee said, "Let the game go on." It was under no circumstances that's a penalty. It's good to see that the goalkeeper is back on his feet. That is what matters, that he remains safe. remains healthy. 86 minutes on the clock, 4 minutes of regulation time coming up, and then we'll have the additional minutes. So definitely there'll be a lot of additional minutes being added on, considering the stoppages of play. There's another substitution happening for Himachal Pradesh, and we can see that Manas Thakur is the man who will be going in. Himachal Pradesh quickly restarting the game, just hoping if they can find a consolation goal. They haven't really had a great campaign. Maybe a consolation goal to cap it off won't be that bad either. But in order for them to find that consolation goal, they'll still have to show that clinical accuracy because nobody is going to gift them that goal. Magnanimity is scarce to be found on a footballing field, and that is what they need to keep in their mind. Here's a confirmation: Manas Thakur in, Chetan Chaudhary out, and Chandigarh on the move again. Chandigarh looking for some options that can come to their help.
It is
Maybe
15.
push it down towards that right wing. Yes, they did. And the cross comes floating in from the right, however, intercepted there by Himachal Pradesh, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a corner.
10 minutes.
So here's a chance for them. Here's a throw in, actually. Apologies for the same. Here's a corner. And it's going to be Chandigarh who's going to whip that in. Sends in that corner. Opportunity for them to once again try and unload that effort towards the goal. Make it 6-0 in their favor. That will have to wait because Himachal Pradesh does a pretty decent job of keeping the ball away from the line. Sends it forward again. But bams it straight into the head of a Himachal Pradesh player who's down again on the field. The referee quickly rushing over. Himachal Pradesh sending a quick ball forward, trying to keep it under control, trying to force their way forward. It is not going to be easy because the Chandigarh defense has been extremely alert and vigilant. They are not willing to allow an iota of space without fight, even at this juncture of the game. That is how tenacious they are. That is how determined they are to keep this game under their control. They've already scored 5 goals, and now a clean sheet is going to be a bonus. Here's another player of Himachal Pradesh who's down at the moment. They need some medical attention too. I'll try and show you what exactly happened. This is where he took a tumble. He was there on the ground for a while. He's out of the field now, receiving the medical treatment. Most likely took one knock on the shoulder. That's why he was clutching on there. And the game restarts again. Himachal Pradesh won't again be successful in finding that enterprise that they are looking forward to. Their forays have so far been blunted comfortably by Chandigarh. 90 minutes of regulation time has been over. We are now waiting for the confirmation of the added minutes. And almost 7 minutes of football has been added on. So 420 seconds of exciting football still to follow. That makes this quite a prolonged encounter. And this also gives Chandigarh an opportunity to make uh, another further assertive statement, to inflict further torture upon their opposition by scoring the sixth, or for Himachal Pradesh to try and find that consolation goal that'll do them a world of good before they bow out of the Santosh Trophy. Once again, Chandigarh way too slick and smooth for Himachal Pradesh to handle. In the process, ending up fouling the player there and eventually imparting a free kick in favor of Chandigarh. A decent position to launch the ball into the box, something from which a menace can be triggered, something from which a goal can be scored. Send it forward, but repelled away completely. Himachal Pradesh clawing away at the ball, just trying to keep it far away from their own goal. That's all. That's what their idea is. A long free kick floating in from that left, trying to use it to their own advantage. However, they won't really be successful, for he hammers it straight at the player's feet. Here's another corner in favor of Himachal Pradesh. Another opportunity for them to try and find that consolation goal, to try and find the back of the net at least once, savor a sliver of joy that somehow has eluded them throughout the tournament. At least cap off the tournament with something to smile for. Plays it forward comfortably, and again, a bit of an entanglement of foot there, bringing down the Chandigarh player. Chandigarh doing a decent job. And they can drive forward as well. That's a lovely ball. It's a race there onto that left wing, and eventually it's the Himachal Pradesh goalkeeper Abhinav Guleria will clear away the lines, only for Chandigarh to squander it away, as Himachal Pradesh almost gifted them the possession. Himachal Pradesh struggling to keep the ball alive, and eventually now it's a throw in favor of Chandigarh. Final few minutes of the game, final 3 minutes to be precise. And a game that would do a world of good to their confidence. Does a decent job, puts in a bit of a push. And while we inform this, while this game continues, just to give you all a heads up, ladies and gentlemen, the other game at the ASU ground between Lakshadweep and Jharkhand has ended with a 4-2 margin. Lakshadweep 4, Jharkhand 2. It was Mohammad Tafruk, Nasrullah, Mohammad Sharif, and Nasib scoring for Lakshadweep, and it was Vikram Kisku and Rohan Kachap finding the back of the net for Jharkhand. That wasn't really a clean connection there, actually. He went for the ball for sure. This is how it happened. He couldn't control it. Now, here are the two players going for it. He somehow had his feet wrapped around the player's waist. Maybe that has had an impact. Because when you're going for the ball, things like that can keep on happening, and that has quite a force when it lands on your waist. It's not easy for sure. Is a drop ball to start the game with. An opportunity for Himachal Pradesh to unload an effort towards the goal, but Chandigarh stands tall as we head into the final 10 seconds of the game. It has been a brilliant battle between Chandigarh and Himachal Pradesh, with Chandigarh doing the heavy lifting throughout the fixture. Himachal Pradesh merely chasing shadows. However, it's just a matter of moments before the referee put them out of their misery. And that marks the end of the first game at the Kumar Lampak Main Stadium on the final day of the Group 6 fixtures of the Hero 76 NFC Santosh Trophy. Chandigarh securing a 5-0 victory over Himachal Pradesh, and in the most emphatic fashions have managed to finish their campaign on a high. We'll quickly show you the confirmation of the score line of the two teams. Himachal Pradesh will have a lot to learn. Definitely, they'll take their learnings. They'll try and correct their mistakes, and they'll definitely try and come forward in better stature, in better display of spirit and courage. And Chandigarh will definitely like to take heart from the fact that they did manage to secure an emphatic win and had a pretty decent tournament to cap things off. Here are the replays of the goals. That's the first goal. A scouring cross comes floating in, and an effortless header that made it 1-0 for Chandigarh. Here's the second. A poke from the point blank range. And now moving on to the second half. This was the third goal. A lovely ball and an impeccable turn, slotting it into the back of the net. This was the fourth, sending it through the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And eventually, this is the fourth again. Quite a substantial strike, to be honest. And this was the fifth. The goalkeeper, unaware of what to do, and it rolled through his arms. And that's a confirmation of the score. Chandigarh 5, Himachal Pradesh 0. Kartik Chaudhary opening the scoring, Gaurav Negi doubling it, Gurtegbir Singh scoring a brace, and Govinda Singh scoring the fifth. We'll try and show you the stats as well. Here are the stats. 64% ball possession for Chandigarh, 36 for Himachal Pradesh, 19 shots for Chandigarh, 4 for Himachal Pradesh, 9 for Chandigarh on target, wherein none for Himachal Pradesh, 8 corners for Chandigarh, 4 for Himachal Pradesh, 5 fouls from Chandigarh, 2 for Himachal Pradesh, 1 yellow card for Himachal Pradesh, and none for Chandigarh. No red cards were shown. And these stats were brought to you live by the official broadcasting partner of the Manipuri leg of Hero 76 NFC Santosh Trophy, SportsKPI. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just let me give you all a reminder the most interesting fixture, the most enthralling fixture of Group 6 is going to come up live on Sports KPI's official YouTube channel between Manipur and Punjab. Let me remind you, if Manipur manages to draw the game, they go through to the next round, wherein if Punjab will have to secure a win. So do not forget to join us live for the grandest fixture of Group 6. Till then, stay tuned, stay posted, and thank you all for joining in. This is your commentator Rohit signing off. It was wonderful connecting with you all.